Every morning, a silent war erupts right between your ears. Doubt whispers you're not enough. Fear screams you'll fail. But what if you struck first? What if you claimed victory before your feet hit the floor? Your mind is the battlefield. Win it now, or lose everything. Are you ready to fight back? Before we start, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss daily motivation that keeps you going. Every morning, before the world opens its eyes, a quiet battle begins. It isn't fought in boardrooms or on battlefields. It happens in the space between your ears, inside your mind. The choices you make in these early moments, the mindset you set before your feet touch the ground, will shape your entire day, and ultimately your life. Your mind is the battlefield, and if you want to succeed, you must win this battle first before you even rise. The moment you wake up, your brain is like a blank canvas, a fresh slate waiting for the first brushstrokes of your day. What you decide to paint on that canvas isn't random, it's intentional. It determines how you think, how you feel, and how you act. This is why setting a positive intention the moment you open your eyes isn't just a feel-good exercise. It's a deliberate strategy, a mental investment that pays off throughout your day. Research from institutions like Harvard shows that people who start their day by setting intentions are more productive and experience higher levels of happiness. This isn't luck or a placebo effect. When you consciously decide what kind of day you want, you engage the brain's executive functions, the parts responsible for focus, decision making, and emotional control. You're priming your mind to notice opportunities, ignore distractions, and respond calmly and clearly. Imagine starting your day with one simple phrase: "Today, I will be calm and focused." A short sentence, but it acts like a shield in a world pulling your attention in every direction: emails, social media noise, unexpected problems. That phrase becomes your anchor, reminding you who you are and what you're capable of before the day's chaos begins. It prepares you to respond thoughtfully, not react impulsively. Consider Olympic athletes. They don't wait for the starting gun to find their focus. Their preparation starts hours, sometimes days before the race. Beyond physical training, mental preparation plays an equal role. Visualization, intention, setting, and mental rehearsal are essential parts of their routine. They prepare their minds to anticipate challenges and envision success. So, when the race begins, they're ready. They've already run it in their minds. Your morning intention works the same way. It's your starting gun. Before your body moves, your mind steps onto the track. By setting an intention, you take control of your mental state. You decide how you'll show up, how you'll respond, and what you'll accomplish. You choose to be proactive instead of reactive. This mental discipline doesn't happen by accident. It comes from understanding the power your mind holds and the critical role mornings play in shaping your life. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you train it to start with clarity and purpose, the stronger and more resilient it becomes. Over time, this practice transforms not only your day, but your life. Now think of someone waking up overwhelmed, anxious about what lies ahead. Their mind floods with worries, deadlines, conflicts, uncertainty. This mental storm drains energy before the day even begins. But if they pause to set an intention, "I will approach today with patience and purpose," the storm begins to calm. The worries don't vanish, but they lose their grip. That intention becomes a lens through which they view the day, enabling them to handle challenges with stability. The science behind this is fascinating. When you set an intention, you activate the reticular activating system, the brain's filter that decides what gets through to your conscious mind. If your intention is clear, this system acts like a spotlight, highlighting opportunities aligned with your goals while dimming distractions. That's why your morning mindset shapes how your day unfolds. This isn't abstract, it's deeply human. It's the same system that helps a musician hear every note in a performance or a surgeon maintain precision in a high-stakes operation. Athletes rely on it to push through fatigue and pain. It's the foundation of mastery in any field. Once you understand this, mornings become more than routine. They become sacred moments of empowerment. Each day is a chance to reclaim your power over your mind and your life. Yes, it's a battlefield, but one you can win before stepping out of bed. Imagine if everyone committed to this practice. How much calmer, more focused, more driven would we all be? How much less control would fear and distraction have over our decisions? How much closer would we be to our goals? This is why the first thought of your day matters. It determines whether you wake up as a passenger, tossed around by circumstances, or as the pilot, steering with clarity and purpose. The power is in your hands, or rather, in your mind. Win there first, and the rest of your life aligns. Inside your mind are voices that never stop. Some lift you up with confidence and hope. Others tear you down with doubt and fear. The toughest enemy you'll ever face isn't out there, it's within. It's that persistent voice whispering, "You're not good enough, you'll never succeed." This voice is more powerful than any external obstacle. It shapes your reality, limits your potential, and steals dreams before you even try. Studies reveal a sobering truth. 80% of our thoughts are negative, and most are self-critical. 8 out of 10 thoughts undermine your confidence. Imagine the effect that has on your life. If you wake up and the first voice you hear says, "I'm not enough," you've already lost the battle before it begins. Negative self-talk isn't harmless. It's a habit that rewires your brain for failure, triggering stress responses that hurt your health, motivation, and relationships. When your mind becomes a battlefield of self-sabotage, your energy drains, your confidence collapses, and your ability to take risks vanishes. No wonder so many feel stuck, overwhelmed, and unworthy of success. But here's the good news: your brain can change. Neuroscience shows it can rewire itself when you change your thinking patterns. That negative voice isn't permanent. You can train your mind to catch destructive thoughts early and replace them with affirmations of worth and possibility. Imagine waking up, hearing that inner critic, and pausing to recognize it as a lie. Then replacing it with a truth, reminding yourself of your strengths, your past wins, or your inherent value. This isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about choosing to believe in your ability to grow and overcome. One entrepreneur did this by writing down 3 things he was proud of every night: achievements, moments, or qualities he valued in himself. Over time, this rewired his brain toward positivity. He woke up primed for possibility instead of failure. That harsh voice faded, replaced by confidence and resilience. Why? Because the stories we tell ourselves shape our identity. Affirm your worth consistently, and your self-talk shifts from destructive to constructive. The battlefield in your mind turns from chaos to clarity. Changing this dialogue takes intention and persistence, because that negative voice is loud and stubborn. But every time you challenge it, you weaken its grip and strengthen your mental resilience. Remember, you're not alone. Everyone faces this struggle, whether it's a high achiever doubting their abilities or someone trying to survive a hard day. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the absence of negative thoughts, it's the ability to manage them. Start by becoming a detective of your thoughts. Notice the patterns and triggers of your self-talk: criticism, failure, stepping out of your comfort zone. Awareness is the first step. Once you identify these moments, prepare to respond differently. Create affirmations that resonate and counter your usual doubts. If you often think, "I'm not capable," replace it with, "I'm learning and growing every day." Repeat these affirmations daily, especially in tough moments, until they become your new truth. Practice self-kindness. Negative talk thrives where judgment is harsh. Treat yourself with the same compassion you'd offer a friend. When you spiral into negativity, ask, "Would I say this to someone I love?" If not, don't say it to yourself. This battle isn't won overnight, it's lifelong, but every small victory counts. Every time you challenge a negative thought, you reclaim power. You remind yourself that your mind isn't your enemy, it's your ally waiting to be trained. Imagine waking up not with dread, but with anticipation and confidence. Your mind becomes your strongest weapon, one you wield with intention. You face challenges with purpose and belief. This happens when you master your inner dialogue. Your mind is the battlefield, but the voice you choose decides whether you win or lose. Take control of your self-talk, and you transform your mindset and your life. Where attention goes, energy flows. If your energy is consumed by worry, fear, comparison, or doubt first thing in the morning, it's like starting a race with your shoes tied together. You set yourself up to struggle, react instead of create, and drift through your day instead of leading it. You've already lost before the day truly begins. The challenge is that this trap is invisible. It hides behind habits that seem harmless, even entertaining. But the truth is, every minute spent scrolling through negativity is a minute spent reinforcing a belief that you're powerless, overwhelmed, or not enough. It seeps into your subconscious and quietly shifts your mindset from possibility to limitation. It trains your brain to expect problems, notice what's wrong instead of what's right, and focus on fear rather than hope. When you live in that state, creativity shrinks, courage weakens, and your sense of purpose becomes unclear. But there's another way, a way many successful people follow. They don't allow their minds to be passive receivers of whatever noise the world offers. Instead, they actively manage their morning inputs. They carefully choose what enters their minds, like a gardener selecting seeds for fertile soil. These people start their day with intention. They seek words, sounds, and experiences that uplift, inspire, and empower them. They read books that challenge their thinking and broaden their perspective. They listen to podcasts that fuel passion and offer fresh ideas. They engage in creative activities that spark imagination and deepen self-connection. This practice isn't about escaping reality or living in isolation. It's about deciding what kind of reality you want to create. Your mind is like a garden. If you plant negativity, fear, and distraction, you'll grow chaos, doubt, and exhaustion. But if you plant positivity, hope, and inspiration, your garden will flourish. Your thoughts become clearer, your energy stronger, and your actions more intentional. You start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You discover solutions where before there were only problems. You connect more deeply with your purpose, your people, and your potential. Imagine starting every day by feeding your mind with something meaningful. Imagine the shift when instead of mindlessly scrolling through negativity, you immerse yourself in stories of courage and resilience. When you fill your morning with voices that remind you of your strength and capacity for growth, you don't just survive the day, you lead it. You set a tone of possibility that influences every interaction, decision, and challenge you face. Controlling your inputs is an act of self-respect. It declares that your time and mind are valuable resources, not to be wasted on distractions that pull you down. It's about reclaiming your power to shape your thoughts rather than being shaped by forces beyond your control. You become the guardian of your attention, protecting it from negativity and noise. Of course, it's not always easy. The world is designed to capture your focus with headlines and endless notifications. The pull of mindless content is strong. But the strength of your character and your future depends on your ability to resist that pull. Every morning choice to engage with inspiring content is a small victory, a brick in the foundation of your success. These choices accumulate and transform your mindset, habits, and life over time. It's also an act of faith. Not faith in something external, but faith in yourself, faith that you deserve to start your day with positivity, that you can change, and that your actions matter. When you commit to controlling your inputs, you say yes to intentionality, growth, and resilience. You say no to the noise that keeps you stuck in fear and distraction. Think of your mind as the soul of your life. You wouldn't plant weeds and expect a garden to bloom. You wouldn't scatter trash and expect a harvest. You'd choose the best seeds, water them, and give them sunlight. The same applies to your thoughts and influences. What you allow into your mind first thing is the fertilizer for your daily mindset. Choose inputs that nourish hope, courage, and creativity, and your day, and your life, will flourish. This is a call to reclaim your attention with fierce intention, to rise above the chaos of negativity and plant seeds that grow into your best day, your best year, your best life? Control your inputs and you control your reality. You have the power to shape your world before the day even starts. It's time to decide what story your mind will tell and begin telling it today. Imagine the power of the decisions you make the moment you wake up. The choice to win your mind each morning. This isn't about one grand victory or a quick burst of motivation. It's about something far deeper, building momentum over time. Creating a habit so strong it shapes who you are and how you live. Winning your mind daily isn't just a battle, it's a war. One you must fight consistently to claim your freedom, focus, and purpose. We often underestimate the power of consistency because it lacks the flash of instant success. But every great achievement stands on a foundation of repeated, deliberate action. Research shows it takes about 66 days to form a habit, 66 days of choosing yourself, 66 days of choosing your mindset, 66 days of winning the most important battle of your day. The battle for your own mind. This is where confidence is built, where focus sharpens, and where resilience grows. Picture every morning as another mile in the marathon of your life. You're not sprinting for a quick win, you're pacing yourself for a race that demands endurance, patience, and commitment. Each morning you show up, you choose your mindset, you run that mile. Some days it feels effortless, your steps steady. Other days the path is steep, your muscles ache, your spirit is tested, but every mile counts, every step adds up. The finish line isn't a distant dream, it's the life you build from these choices. A life where you hold the reins of your mind instead of being dragged by distraction, doubt, or fear. This war is fought in quiet moments before the noise of the day intrudes, in resisting the urge to scroll, in choosing positivity and purpose instead. It's fought when you commit to small rituals, reading a few pages of an inspiring book, journaling your intentions, or taking a deep breath to center yourself. These small acts may seem minor, but together they create an unbreakable chain of habits that protect your mind and fuel your progress. Consistency is the great equalizer. Talent, resources, and circumstances may differ, but the ability to show up day after day to fight for your mindset levels the playing field. It turns ordinary people into extraordinary ones. It's the secret behind every leader who influenced millions, every athlete who broke records, every individual who changed their life against the odds. The battle for your mind isn't won by chance or sudden bursts of willpower. It's won through quiet, consistent choices that shape your character. You may wonder, what if I fail? What if some mornings I lack motivation? That's exactly why consistency matters. It's not about waiting for motivation. It's about showing up even when it's not there. Think of the marathon runner who trains through rain, fatigue, and doubt. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They run anyway, and over time, those miles build strength, endurance, and victory. The rewards of this commitment are profound. Each time you choose to win your mind, your confidence grows because you prove to yourself you are capable. Your focus sharpens as your mental habits guide you toward what matters. Your resilience deepens as you train your mind to rise above setbacks. You become the master of your mental world, not at the mercy of chaos. This journey is personal, but universally transformative. It's a call to reclaim your power one morning at a time, to build a fortress of mindset that supports your dreams, goals, and well-being. When you invest in winning your mind, you're not just preparing for today. You're preparing for a lifetime of victories. The ripple effect extends beyond you. When you model consistency and resilience, you inspire others, your family, your colleagues, your community. You create a legacy of not just success, but character. Think of your mind as your most valuable asset, and winning it each morning as a daily deposit into your bank of strength and clarity. This isn't a one-time act, it's an ongoing investment. The war for your mind isn't won in a day, but in the days you keep showing up. When you cross that finish line, when your mind is truly yours, you'll find a life led with purpose, not reaction. Every morning is your chance to run the next mile. Every choice to win your mind moves you closer to the life you're meant to live. It's not quick or easy, but it's worth it because consistency means winning the war, not just a battle, for your mind. And in doing so, you win the life you were meant for. Your mind is a battlefield where doubt fights confidence, fear challenges courage, and distraction competes with focus. Yet within this battlefield lies your greatest strength. The mind is not just where struggles happen, it's where victories are won. It's the most powerful tool you have more than any external resource or circumstance. When you deeply understand this truth, that the war inside your mind defines everything, you realize that winning it unlocks a life of meaning and success. Think about those moments before you open your eyes each day. What thoughts fill that space? Too often, people wake to anxiety and negativity before the day even starts. The mind rushes to problems and fears. This is where many lose before the race begins. But imagine if that moment could be different, waking with calm, clarity, and confidence. Starting your day knowing you've already won the most important battle, the one for your mind. This internal victory isn't about ignoring reality. It's about recognizing your power to influence thoughts, emotions, and focus. It's about making your mind work for you, not against you. When you master this, the external world begins to align. Obstacles turn into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and challenges into growth. Winning begins before your eyes open in those quiet moments when your mind is still flexible. The thoughts you choose then shape your entire day. If you cultivate strength, resilience, and hope, you set a tone that echoes in every choice and action. Tomorrow, take control of this battlefield. Win your mind before the day begins. This isn't about adding tasks. It's about reclaiming power. It's about intentionally shaping your mental space. Meditation, affirmations, visualization, or a moment of silence, the method matters less than the commitment to begin. When you do this, you send a signal to your subconscious. You are ready to lead with purpose. This creates momentum for everything that follows. Your responses become thoughtful, your actions deliberate, your resilience strong. The war inside turns from struggle to mastery. This shift doesn't just affect you, it influences everyone around you. When you embody calm and clarity, you inspire others. You become a source of strength in a chaotic world. Your relationships deepen, your work improves, your fulfillment grows because you're no longer a passenger in life. You're the driver, steering with intention. The battlefield of your mind will never be conflict-free. Doubts and distractions will come, but every time you choose to win, you reinforce your ability to overcome. Each small victory builds confidence and resilience until these wins become unstoppable. This is true power, the power to govern your inner world so completely that it transforms the outer one. It doesn't depend on circumstances or luck. It comes from within, from mastering your mind every day. So start tomorrow. Begin by winning your mind before your eyes open. Create a ritual or practice that grounds you in strength. Watch how this one habit reshapes your mindset, your energy, and your life. The battlefield inside you is vast, but so is your power to conquer it. Win this war, and everything else aligns. Your world changes in ways you never imagined. If this message touched your heart, share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more life-changing motivation. Your support means the world.